and 5. I'll start at the 5th verse. And the devil taking him up into an high mountain showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will I give it. If thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine.
So the fact that any of these entertainment, sport figures, they got to worship spiritual demons, Satan, man.
Yeah.
They got to do certain rituals, you know?
And then you had somebody on the comment board say there's no such thing as demons. Howard Shai talked about the demon that he asked that guy at the, he was around the graves.
Legion.
And he said, what is your name? He was speaking to the demon. And the demon said, my name is Legion, for we are many.
Yeah.
So
First of all, dummy, the guy that made that statement is a demon himself.
Yeah.
A demon is nothing but a spirit.
Yeah.
You got spirits on the left-hand side and
Spirits on the right-hand
like
side.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a demon.
Oh, yeah.
He was a demon. He
Straight
did
up and
demonic
down.
shit.
Hell yeah.
Okay? So the guy that make that statement, he don't know what the hell he's
Yeah, he's
talking
an idiot,
about, man.
He's a moron, an idiot. The top elite of this society, you better believe they believe in demons. They pray to demons. They summon them up.
Keep them on top.
That's what give them the power.
That's what keeps them on top.
Oh, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against what? Principality in high places. Now, when you look up that word principality, it means a hierarchy of demons.
Hey, Jay-Z, the reason why he's on top is why? Because there's no rapper that's on his level. There's plenty of rappers out there, man. And there's dudes on YouTube. You can watch a thousand Jakes, so-called spitfire, rhyme, rap, or whatever the fuck you call it, and sound just as good as Jay-Z and better.
Yep.
But you know what? They're not gonna be on top because they haven't sold their soul.
That's right.
Or there was one video where this dude, I just randomly came across, it was a Jake, and he was talking about how he almost made it in the hip hop world, and he mentioned different record companies and all that, and he mentioned this producer, and basically he was all set up when he was 17 years old. He had the look. No, he went to one company, and he sent them a sample. And they said you ain't shit. Then he went to another guy, and that guy said, no, you can make it. You got the look. You can rhyme. You can sing. You can do that. Maybe we'll get you into acting. And basically what happened was the guy got so close to him, he said, he called him up one day and he said he wanted to be inside him. And he said, what? He said he wanted to be inside him, man. And then you know what he did? He basically said, fuck this, man. You know? And he said that everybody that's on top in this world, that stays on top, they have to do the rituals, man. They have to do some more sexual bullshit, you know?
Oh, Bob Dylan, remember?
Well, he came out in a minute.
Bob Dylan came out, and I'm surprised they didn't kill him.
He said, I have to live up to my bargain.
Yeah, he's who?
Bob Dylan said he have to live up to my bargain.
Yeah, he said, I got to live up to my bargain. He said, then, what was that, the guy who, what was the name of the Jake who interviewed him from 60 Minutes?
Yeah, that dude that died.
Yeah, he said,
killed him.
He said, you talking about Satan? He said, yeah. Bob Dylan said, yeah.
Yeah, he said, I think he called him the chief captain.
Yeah, the chief, yeah.
Chief captain.
Yeah.
He said, what you mean that Satan?
Satan?
Devil.
Yeah, the devil.
It's this guy I know that works for Skyline Windows. He said that he was downtown because Jay-Z got a brownstone downtown somewhere in in Chelsea, in the Chelsea area.
Man, you living down, you got a place down there.
He said that shit. Yeah. He said that when he went inside, he said inside they was putting up a window in Jay-Z's daughter's room. They said right before you get to her room, and in her room is a glass cage, right, with a Baphomet head in it.
That's
one
what he wants.
Inside the room and one outside, right before you get to her room.
Yeah.
It's a glass cage, and that's the Baphomet head. Yeah. That's the skull with the horns. There's no flesh on it. It's a skull inside a glass cage, and with some kind of ancient. He said with some kind of ancient language down,
Yeah, so he's doing the ritualistic shit, brother.
That's why they killed Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Because what was that? Was that Eyes Wide Shut? Where they showed those rituals, people having orgies and sex, they all dress, you know, and underneath the fucking those things, they butt naked.
Tom Cruise is in there.
You know, yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
So
which he sold out.
Yeah.
which they
He wasn't no. Hey, that guy wasn't no top actor. The guy, the main guy back then, when Tom Cruise was coming up, was this guy Timothy Hutton, I think his name was.
yeah.
And Tom Cruise was like the fourth billing, like in the movies when you have the main star, that's first billing. Then you got second billing, the second star. Well, he was always fourth or fifth billing, and he was always chubby. And they pulled him to the side and said, "Look, if you sell your soul to the devil, do this, that, and the other, you're gonna make it." And this guy's been on top, man.
Yep.
Every time this nigga makes a movie, you know, which he is a nigga. Every time this nigga makes a movie, you know, Mission Impossible, he made what, 12 of them?
Yeah,
and
something like that.
them motherfuckers make money,
Con.
you know. And like my man that played the Black Panther, he just sold out, man.
Oh yeah.
He sold out, man.
Yep.
You know, what's his name? The guy that played Killmonger, he sold out. They brought him to the side. Michael B. Jordan, all of them, man. You know.
I got a quick precept. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let not the astrologers, the stargazers, the
We're reading out of Isaiah
47.
Yeah.
The monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
The flame is the missiles, man.
It's
Anytime
missiles,
you
yeah.
read that flame, it's talking about the missiles, man.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. And I have one more, if I may. What is that? Is that Zephaniah 3? The one about the harlot, or is that Nahum? Nahum 3.
Sounds like Nahum.
Nahum. Bear with
Oh,
me
the
one
mistress of witchcraft? That one?
That's a Nahum.
second.
The Nahum 3, yeah,
Nahum 3.
that's talking about the destruction too.
Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
It's America.
It says the mistress of witchcraft, because a mistress is female way of saying master. So in other words, they've mastered the art of witchcraft.
Right.
And that's why they've been able to summon all these demons and rule because of these demons. But the Most High gave them that. Because every empire that ruled, they had what? They had a priesthood. They had demons that worked with them. And then after a certain point in time, the Lord would bring them down.
Yeah, well, even the so-called money we use, that's not nothing but a talisman.
That's satanic.
And every so-called witch
Yeah, the
knows
whole
about it.
the $1 is webbed up. It's got
Yeah.
the pyramid.
It's got all those symbols on it.
Floating.
Yeah.
A Nua Coeptus, Novo Ordo Supplorum.
Yeah.
You know, we crowned our enterprise with success. New World Order, Novus Ordo Supplorum.
Yeah.
So they hide it in plain sight, and that's another thing that they do. They hide things in plain sight. They'll make movies and they'll show you what they do in the movies,
Yep.
but then when you said that, well, that really happens, they'll say, no, that's just a movie.
Right.
You people act like Training Day. Training Day was about corrupt cops, and they got corrupt cops all over the city, man, all over the country. You know, that was just in Baltimore. They had arrested a bunch of corrupt cops. They made Alonzo look like a nice guy, man. They made him look like a Boy Scout.
In that movie, They Live.
That's
They
it.
show you
That's
like
it.
when the guy had the glasses on, you see billboards and money and magazines, and they'll say obey, consume, you know.
And we got when we wearing the glasses, we got the glasses, man.
That's right.
And that's why we can see that the mark of the beast is the microchip, because we got the spiritual
The
glasses,
spiritual specs.
the spiritual specs. Yep.
Anoint your eyes with
With
eye
eye
salve.
salve, yep.
So
That thou may see.
Thou may
Yep.
see.
Hey, somebody get me whatever you got. You can bring it out. Matthew 6 verse 24.
It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mysteries of witchcraft.
The well-favored harlot is America, all right? Which is the whore that sitteth upon many waters. I mean, the whore that sitteth upon many waters and the hua that sits on the scarlet colored beast.
Right.
And because when John saw the hua, he fell in love with that hua, man.
Yep.
They said I wondered with great admiration. The word admiration means adamotzi, which means you gotta go on that. Adamotzi, which means love. You know, when you fall in love with a woman.
That's the alluring.
That's it. That's it.
And he actually
Because he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know that was America. He saw the missiles hitting all that. He didn't know what the hell was going on. We know what's going on. We know more than, you know, now they're going to get mad at us. We way over the apostles' head, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're the apostles now. Because we know more than they know. All right, I'm going to say this again. We know more than they know. All right?
Well, we would have to, because we're back in this generation to teach the word. There's a lot of things that they didn't know.
They're going to stand on that lot.
Well,
But they're back now. They're back now.
Well, we're them. We're them. We don't know who we are, but we're them.
Hey,
And that's another. I'm sorry, brother.
no.
And that's another reason why Esau knows that he's going down, because he got the record of them going down back then. And anytime a kingdom went down, the Most High always sent the prophets.
That's right.
Daniel was sent during what time period? Babylonians.
Con.
Jeremiah, Babylonians. Isaiah, Babylonians.
That's it.
Moses during the time of the so-called Egypt.
Con.
Jeremiah 28.
Yep.
So is that going to fucking change, man? Hell no. God damn,
I
man.
got a quick precept. It's a quick one, real quick. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 13. But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days.
That means that Daniel is probably here. He could be right in this circle. He could be up the way. He could be out there in the Midwest, in Chicago, LA, one of the camps out there.
Yep.
Daniel's here.
Con.
Which means all the prophets are back.
Which all the prophets.
'Cause
Jeremiah's here.
Yeah.
Ezekiel's here. Obadiah is here. Now some of them is in the spiritual realm, but they're going to be raised back up.
They got a job to do. They got to prophesy against this society, against this kingdom until the Lord destroy it. That's what the prophets did.
Who has, as the Lord have spoken, who can but prophesy? Meaning we out there prophesying because the Most High put the Spirit on us.
And the prophets weren't nice guys. They were the party crashers.
Yep.
Whenever the prophets came, people used to tremble.
Well, that must mean we the prophets. You know
Yeah.
why? Because everybody. Well, what did Vocab Malone say? We're the worst of all the Israelites.
Remember when he was
We're the worst of all the Israelites. You know why he said that? Oh, the one that he likes the most is GOCC. You know why he likes GOCC? They're the best. We're the worst. GOCC is the best. You know why they're the best? Because they teach that certain Edomites can make it. Which they're totally off, man.
Yep.
I remember years ago they had a video, this had to be maybe 3-4 years ago, where they were trying to, and the guy, the Elder Gabar, you know that dude, he was trying to set up something where when they go out there and speak, they're going to have certain rules like they haven't spoken in a while, you know? And I think they went out for a hot minute, but they ain't out there no more. The reason why you guys ain't out there no more on the highways and the byways, because it's not fashionable anymore.
Right.
But we're still doing it. Why? Because it's in the scriptures.
We're the prophets. The prophets would be out
The
there.
spirit of the prophets is subject
To the prophets. The prophets
So
would
if
be
the
out there.
prophets was out there on the highways and the byways, if we are the prophets, we're going to be on the highways and the byways. A lot of these guys are easy, laid-back Israelites
They ain't
that
prophets.
do things, you know, inside of a studio. And they laid back, man.
easy like
You know?
Sunday morning.
Yep.
I just said that. Easy Sunday
Oh,
morning
the Apostle Paul spoke about the prophets, what they endured, man.
Yeah.
What is that? In the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, they endured being sawn in half and they would, well, get it. Yeah.
11, yep.
Talking about, it ain't an easy job being a prophet, man. If you're a prophet of the Lord, you're going to have a hard life, man.
Yeah.
Like Yahushua had a hard life.
They beheaded John, right?
Or say he was
Yeah, John was
persecuted,
beheaded,
suffered
yeah.
shipwreck.
Yeah, well, Apostle Paul, look at all the shit that he went through. Yeah, Hebrews, the 11th chapter,
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
speaks about the prophets.
Yeah, towards the end of the chapter.
You know, you got cats, they want the title of a prophet. You don't, you don't understand about the job of the prophets, man.
Well, you got a lot of prophet actors.
Yeah, a
They'll
lot of
dress
actors.
the part. You know, they'll do a video once every 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like the perfect intro, the perfect extra. outro, whatever the hell you call it.
Yeah.
You know, anytime they speak, you see this video, all this production, man.
Yeah.
And that's what people, Jake is, that's what they're attracted to.
Yeah.
Like for example, you want to sell a car to a Jake, the car could be all fucked up. The engine could be fucked up, you know, transmission could be fucked up. But if you detail the car, you
Make it look
paint
pretty,
the car and
yeah.
make it look pretty, that's what Jake look at.
Yep.
They don't want to know how the car drive and shit, the mileage. If the car look good, they getting it, man. Esau don't think that way. Esau rather had the car look fucked up, but make sure the engine, check the oil, smell it, transmission fluid, take out a couple of spark plugs. They'll have a code scanner. I got one. They might have spent $200. Esau bring a code scanner and connect that shit into the computer to see if there's any fucking codes. Jake don't know, couldn't spell code scanner. So that's why you got a lot of Jakes that come into Israel because they look a certain way on the outside, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You got it, brother? Talk about it.
Liturgy. That's all it is, liturgy.
Yeah, read about the
Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 36. Actually, yeah, 36. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover of bonds and imprisonment.
Yep. Go ahead.
They were stoned, they were sawn asunder.
See, they were sawn asunder. That's a horrible death, man.
Yeah, that's the faith chapter.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Were tempted,
They were tempted. They were tempted. Yep. Go ahead.
were slain with the sword.
They were killed.
They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute,
Well,
afflicted,
sound like bums to me.
tormented.
Afflicted, tormented.
Yep.
And
And like right now,
yeah.
ever since that net neutrality bullshit, they were
Yeah.
speaking about it. Now when I go on my computer, the computer be acting all, if I get into something, right?
Yeah.
I'll be watching regular bullshit videos. As soon as you make a video, the shit start acting up, man.
Yeah.
You gotta turn the computer off, turn it back on.
Yeah.
Because they control that shit, man. They don't want this word to come out.
No. Yeah, tormented. You could be tormented in your body or your mind or both.
Hey, the video that I put up last night
Yeah.
on the Dark Ages, the thing didn't go up. And I'm going on my main page and said it ain't up.
Yeah.
Now if it don't go on, if it's not published on anybody else's web, it's on your page.
Still, yeah,
It
private.
still didn't go up, so I had to go to video management, and it said it didn't go up. Then I had to publish it and shit. Then the shit still didn't go up. Then eventually it went up, man.
Let's see.
You know, and that shit never happened.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
this
coming
video
down
won't
to
be
the
up
wire.
tonight. They're
Huh?
gonna take this video down.
Well,
The
guess
next
what?
2
Well,
weeks
we
they're
got,
taking them down.
but you know what? Now we got it, right? He's a live one.
Oh, yeah,
He's
oh,
gonna
yeah.
leave it alone. You got
Oh,
the
yeah.
backup, and then you got the backup of the backup.
Well, you know what?
And then I got my camera with me and my tripod.
At this point,
in case.
whoever sees it,
Whoever sees it,
Sees it,
man.
right.
Yep.
pretty soon they're gonna do away with the internet. Now what? You know, we're gonna go to the next level. When they do away with the internet, hey,
Which that's all right. Go let them go ahead and do it.
yeah, do it, man. Shit.
Looking forward to it.
You know, a lot of these guys, they look at us as entertainers. You know, we just hit.
We'll get the entertainment.
Yeah,
scripture.
they don't see the gravity.
Ezekiel 30, or is it
of this
Ezekiel
thing, man.
33 verse 30?
I'm telling you, brothers, right now. You know when you're really gonna see the gravity of this thing? When all hell breaks loose. Then you're gonna be good, man. I'm glad that I learned this truth. Because really, you see it, but you really don't see it right now. You know, I can say we've kind of seen it. Because when 9/11 happened, the way the Lord delivered us, that was strictly faith. All right, and we knew it was coming anyway. All right, so we've kind of been exposed to it. But the younger brothers, you really haven't seen it, man. You haven't really seen the real benefit of being in this truth, but you're about to.
There's something major. You know, this is my thinking. Something major that Esau got to do, because Esau makes things happen, but the Most High used Esau. The way he makes things change drastically is he makes like a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
Something major happened, man. Like that school shooting in Florida, it wasn't all that major. It seemed like it was major. Like the one out there in Las Vegas, they made it all major, but then you got all these other alternative media that's saying that was staged. There were 2 windows, and they showed it. It was 2. How the old motherfucker go from one room to the next room and all this other, but the old nigga, man, the old Edomite. You know, the same thing with the school shooting down in Florida. They got the guy in court. He's as calm as a lamb. Looked like he's drugged up. His head's down, and he just confessed. And there's not a scratch on him, man.
Yeah, there was a scene in 1984 where Winston, I think it was Winston, he was reading, it doesn't matter if the war is real or not. The idea is to generate fear, and based upon fear,
to control the people.
Control the people. So it doesn't matter if the terrorist attack is real or not. The desired effect is fear.
That's it. That's
So once they get that fear, then fear controls people, regulates
we
people.
have nothing to fear but fear.
We have nothing. That's why that devil said that.
That was a code.
Yeah, that was a code.
He said we have nothing to fear
but fear itself.
All we got to do is play. We don't gotta. We can do a blue. What do you call it? Blue beam, blue beam, and make it look like a plane hit a building.
Right.
And you think the building got hit.
Right.
You know. That's the fear. It's all about playing the fear. As long as we can put fear in your heart, we don't got to really do it. You know?
There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
You know why he said that? You know why he said that? Because they're going to create fear.
Yeah.
And based upon fear, they're going to so-called
Well, they
conquer the
started
people.
creating fear when they were doing that had to be 33.
1933.
1933, and that's when this government became bankrupt. That's why it went from gold certificates and silver certificates to what? Dollars. Which is this is all an illusion, man.
Illusion.
They just got these fools going, man.
Smoke and mirrors.
All these people that you see, they all fucking messed up in their head, man.
Just like
you
the
live in
Wizard-
a fucking dream world.
Come on,
Minneapolis.
just like the Wizard
That's
of
it.
Oz.
That's
What gave him his power? Illusion. But when the dog pulled back the curtain and the illusion was broken, he had no more power.
He had no more power. He had no more power, man.
So he was a weak, feeble old
Then
man.
the little old man said, "Pay no attention to the old man." Well, that was you talking, you dummy. But the curtain, you know, it was revealed.
Yeah.
You know, the reveal means to pull. Revelation means to pull back the curtain, man.
Pull back the veil.
Attention to
Yeah.
that man behind the curtain.
That's Isaiah 25:7.
That's it.
The skirt was lifted.
That's it.
Right.
But then you still got people. Here we are telling the full truth, man, and you still got people talking shit. So what's your attitude toward them people? Fuck them.
Yeah, hell with
You
it.
know?
They're going to die anyway.
They're gonna die
in their
any goddamn
stupidity.
way.
They're going to die in their stupidity.
Just like in the days of
Ass
Noah.
up in the air.
With their ass up in the air. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, this is the fear scripture. Let me get that light up the shark. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee.
Meaning your fellow Israelites are talking shit about you. Go ahead.
It says, by the walls and in the doors of the other, everyone to his brother.
Now they on the YouTube talking shit, putting up comments and all that. Go ahead. It's
says-
entertainment to a lot of these guys, man.
It
Go ahead.
says, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what the word that cometh, or what the word is that cometh from forth of the Lord.
So what's happening now? Who be watching us? A lot of scoffers be watching us.
Yeah.
They'll get mad if the video. What happened? What the fuck happened? You know? Because they want to see us so they can talk shit. Like if we stop, let's say we did all our videos in private and we just did the videos amongst ourselves. Them guys wouldn't have no life, man. They'd probably contemplate committing suicide. You know? I don't want to be the guy that
Commit suicide too.
I
hate to be the one
34th Street. They bugging out now too. Them sculptures that come out on 34th Street, they don't see us out no more.
Oh, they're bugging out. They're bugging out. Yep.
Where are those guys?
They're wondering where the hell we at. You know, where do we go to? And if we said, look, we ain't gonna show, we gonna make all the videos private among ourselves, they'll bug out. They'll go right back to their life, man. Whatever the bullshit that they were doing before they knew that they were Israelite, they'll go back to that, man. If there was a simple nigga that played basketball 12 o'clock at night with a bunch of other fools, you know, that's what they're gonna go right back to, man.
Yeah.
I'm being serious, man. That's what they go right back to, man. Whatever bullshit that they was in A lot of these guys are niggas on the corner, you know, drinking 40s, talking shit, you know?
Yep.
Swapping each other's women and shit.
Yep.
Watching TV all day, eating fucking Fruit Loops,
Playing video games.
playing video games. And then they
Chex
saw us. Oh, I'm a prophet now. I'm gonna get my girl to make me a gum. My grandmother, she make gum. I'm gonna get the fringes. And you get the Hebrew name.
Yeah, like,
Nigga, where'd you get the Hebrew name from, man?
yeah, like
You got it from us.
Yeah, like Yakanan. Remember, you had the.
Where you learn all them scriptures from? All them breakdowns that you're saying that, all of a sudden, they brought them, that Tahanim is breaking them scriptures down wrong. Nigga, where'd you learn to read? You couldn't find Genesis in the book, in the Bible.
Yeah.
You had to learn that, man. I'm just telling you, man. Tell you how it is.
You didn't even know what the
And
word
before I came with the truth, I was a simple-minded nigga, man. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
I thought I was a Christian. I love white people. You know what I'm saying? I might have been half a Muslim. You know? I said I'm not gonna eat pork because a Muslim said not to eat pork, but I'm a Christian. You know? I was all fucked up, as all of you.
Yeah, all of
you
us,
were
all of
fucked
us.
up, man.
hell
What was
yeah.
you guys into before you came into the truth?
Bullshit.
You was just some bullshit, man.
Bullshit.
Oh, this brother was trying to be the next top rapper, you know?
I was trying to be a musician.
This brother right here was a safe cracker. He's a bust in the warehouses and banks and shit.
The tiptoe burglar.
Gabar was a bongo player, you know. I'm just having a little fun. That was the shit that we was into, man. The bullshit.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Trying to break in the walls.
This brother was a conductor.
I beat the hell out of them cougars, man. I beat them
He was a
cougars like it owed me
curator
money.
at the Museum of Modern Art, you know? Just having fun, man.
Yeah, somebody put a bunch of smiling faces.
Hey, you gotta have fun with this too, man.
Yeah, you gotta
And like remember when the Lord said, remember when the Lord called James and John and James the sons of thunder? Remember when he called them that?
Yeah.
He was he was snapping on them. But you got guys reading it, right? Oh, sons of thunder. We're gonna call our group the sons of thunder. First of all, the Lord was snapping on John and James.
Yeah. Which showed he had a sense of humor.
Which show he had a sense of humor, man.
Well, the Most High have a sense of humor. He
Well,
created,
he created Edomites.
he created the so-called white man. Now that's a sense of humor. You really want to laugh? Watch the so-called white man dance, or try to. You'll have a ball, man.
Doing the whitey
That
hop.
proves the Most High have a sense of
Yeah,
humor.
but that video, them guys were jakes. They just couldn't dance.
Yeah.
Edomite jakes.
Whitey hop and a honky honk.
Remember the American Bandstand?
Oh boy.
I
They
need
had a
some
business
honky.
quick when the Soul Train came
They
in.
be doing that crazy shit.
Yep, that crazy. Yep.
Well, that proves the Most High has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Go ahead,
it.
let's read on now.
Yeah, we gotta play, bro.
Catfish.
Woo!
It says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Yeah, but how many of them out there that are scoffers are keeping the Passover? And if you, well, yeah, I did keep the Passover. Yeah, what day did you keep it, huh? What day did you guys that left GMS, if you kept the Passover, tell me what date did you keep it?
Right.
I bet you kept it the same day we kept it, man. If you keep it at all. Hey, remember you seen that brother, we ain't gonna mention his name, Apostle Gabar, remember you seen the brother
Oh yeah, yeah.
up there at the restaurant?
Yeah, yep,
You
yep.
said that the guy's face was smooth,
Yep.
smoother than
Smooth as a baby's ass.
baby's butt. Butt cheek. That's it?
Yes, no more.
Go ahead.
It says,
So bottom line is a lot of these people this is entertainment for them.
Yeah.
Okay? So
don't-
when the so-called shit hits the fan, they're not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
Most of them scoffers out there are guys that are what? Are part of the virgins, the five that were foolish.
5 little food.
They have no oil in their lamps. They can tell you that they're Israelites, but can they really break the scriptures down to you and know what's gonna happen, man? Because a lot of them, guess what? I got news for you. A lot of you gonna go ahead and take that shit. Go ahead. Go ahead and take that shit.
it says, but they will not do them For with their mouth they show much love, but with their heart they goeth after their covetousness.
They do what they want to do. So they don't follow when the new moon come in. Hey, remember you put in new moon video the other day, and I re-uploaded it. Did about maybe 100 some odd hits on that thing, man. Ain't nobody went on that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when I put in like the Dark Ages or Esau this, Revelation that, they get all, yeah.
Especially when you put something with the title of woman on it. Woman,
Oh no,
woman.
I noticed that. I noticed that. Yeah, when you put the woman, woman ain't shit, according to the Bible, you get all kind of brothers you get hits on that, man.
Yep.
Watch it for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, for the entertainment purpose.
And they put comments on there talking shit.
Yep. Yeah, if I was to put in GMS camp beats the shit out of two what Edomite cops or some shit. That moment gonna have 1 million hits on that shit, man. What?
Yeah.
What? That's a New York Times. Let me see if you know?
Yeah, but then try doing a video going into the Hebrew and the history, and you'd be lucky you get 400 hits, maybe 500, which shows.
Because now we're doing the Hebrew videos. Let's see how the guys grow in that, man.
Yeah.
Hebrew, man.
I'm only getting like 30 hits, man. Y'all 400. I ain't even in the hundreds, man.
But you know why I get a lot of hits? Because I constantly put up videos, and I'm constantly cursing people out anyway. So who this motherfucker? Let me go to this
Gravitate
video.
towards
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little more.
But it ain't about hits anyway. It's about who the Lord wants.
Yeah, it don't matter. It
Hits
don't matter to me.
yeah.
And I got some videos that got like 14,000, 50,000 hits on that shit.
That Elysium video you did, that got like
Oh yeah, that boy.
34,000.
Yeah. That's a lot of hits, man. The Aria video got about 15,000 hits.
Yeah, that's about
Oh, if Apostle Todd do a video about Wakanda, forget about it.
Yeah. Wakanda.
Man, forget about it.
Tahar breaks down that there's an actual Wakanda.
Yeah.
And this in the land of Israel.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man, the hits will be off the chain.
Plus he kicks a white man in the ass
Yeah.
and takes his woman and shit. You know? We're all kind of.
The Wakanda files with Apostle Tahar. Forget about it.
Wakanda is real.
Wakanda is real. You see a picture of
That
Chicken
shit is
Wakanda
a
listed.
figment
No,
of
I
Stan
have the black
Lee's
and
imagination.
the black Panther suit on with fringes on it.
Yeah.
Kicking Wakanda listed.
Yeah, kicking Wakanda listen.
That is a figment of Stan Lee's imagination.
But you was a so-called Jew.
Yes, the so-called Jew. Yeah.
Remember that costume? This is Stan Lee. Remember back in the days, back in the 80s when Marvel superhero comics would come on? This
Yeah.
is Stan Lee. He break down what's going on in the cartoon.
Yeah.
The situation that Batman and Spider-Man got themselves into.
And in every movie, he always does a cameo appearance.
Yeah, he does.
Stan Lee.
Still the shine at the end of the movie.
Hey, let's go. You finished that, right?
That's a little more on
All right,
that,
go
actually. It says, but they go after their covetousness, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that has a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them.
That proves that we're the prophets. Because we out here teaching and motherfuckers watching us for entertainment value. You know?
Yeah, when this
Good, yeah.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia. No, I'm Salakia.
Hey, I'm sorry, brother.
No, that's all
Anyway,
right.
when you, now I said that one that can play well on an instrument, a very lovely song. Go to any top YouTube video where they got top songs on it, like rappers or even top singers. They be having 100 million hits, man.
Yeah.
You know? Like
well,
some Jay could put up some rap, Nas could put up a new rap.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, overnight, he'll have like 1 million hits. Like this Science, she did that song, what's that there, Chandelier. That thing got, as of a couple years ago, she got a billion hits, man.
Yeah. That's that
Couple billion
scripture.
hits. Yep.
Folly is set in great dignity.
Yep.
And the rich sit in low place. We're the rich spiritually,
Sitting in a low
but we
place.
sit in a low place, but folly is exalted. That's this kingdom, man.
Hey, speaking about billions, you know, I just looked at the national debt clock today. It's almost $21 trillion. So probably within the next couple of days, maybe by next week sometime, it'll be 21 trillion.
Actually, the debt is really about 200 trillion.
Yeah,
Because you got to account for liability. Like you got to account for Medicaid, meaning Medicaid and food stamps and Section 8 and welfare and Medicare and all these. Basically, that's money that they got. They know that they got to, shoo out. You know what I'm saying? So really, they what do you call it? They project that this by 10 years from now, we're going to be in this much debt, but they don't put the real debt, man. It's really over 200 trillion.
It's screwed.
And that's why it says in Habakkuk. Matter of fact, go to that. Go to Habakkuk 2 and start from the top.
That's prophecy.
Because that's going into prophecy. That's all about prophecy. Go ahead.
This is it's a lot there. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch. I will set me upon the tower. I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
I remember when I used to go to Arias camp when I first came into the truth back in the mid 80s, 85. He used to read that scripture. He used to read that a lot, and he said that we're not in that time, but when we come to that time, you're gonna know it. Guess what? We're in that time. We're in that time. And things haven't really, and things haven't even opened up, man. Who knows what Esau's gonna do next month?
Yeah.
You know?
Then they're going to make that chip mandatory, and then everything's going to, like you always say, Apostle, everything's going to speed up.
Everything once that's the main prophecy you're looking to, is that mark of the beast, man. Because once you see that, and then you got other Israelites, well, where else is that in the Bible? Show me another. The Most High don't got to give you 25 scriptures. If he want to give you one scripture on it, if you don't get it on that one scripture, that's on you. That's your problem.
He that is ignorant,
let him be ignorant still.
That's right. We're not.
Hey, so we're not bending backwards for these scoffers no more. And these,
hell no.
These people that can't
ignorant,
get it, man. We're just gonna put it out, and that's it, man. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, wait for the next one.
You don't get it, they're gonna get it.
They're gonna get it. Yep.
Get that fire.
Because Jake thinks everything's a joke.
It's a joke.
There's gonna be a time when something major's gonna happen, and Jake is gonna have to deal with it. He's gonna have to make a decision.
Jacob's trouble.
Which is Jacob's trouble. Yep.
And those other groups, they don't teach about that. IUIC don't teach about that. Nate, Nate is out.
They're more into entertainment than anything else.
Making money. They look at the truth.
Making money and entertainment, man.
Yeah, they look at
how to keep your congregation happy.
Right.
We don't give a fuck about the congregation, man. Yeah. In other words, we love you.
If you
we'll body slam you if we have to. I had to steal that from you, Shy.
Yeah.
I love you,
but I'll
flatten you.
like the ground I walk
on.
There's a blowhard, man, you're Shy. Where's he now?
He was funny. Well, we don't know. We don't know. He should be out here. Oh, well, is he a prophet? Please give me Isaiah 30, verse 20. And we're going to come back to what you got.
What about Mr. Captain Yohana? He's eighth in
Because it
line.
says you're supposed to see your prophets, man. Whether you like them or not, you're supposed to see them.
This is Isaiah chapter 30.
And I got news for you. The prophets were not very, they talk about the great Jeremiah and what he did.
Yeah, they weren't liked.
They hated the Apostle Paul, man.
Yeah.
They hated Jeremiah. They hated Isaiah.
Yep.
They hated them, man.
Oh, the Lord, what he said, oh Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. Why they kill the prophets?
Because they hated them.
Because they hated them. The prophets were the party crashers.
Because they wanted smooth things to be spoken to them.
That's right. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall thy teachers be removed.
Nah.
Just like, let me read it again.
Yeah, hold the light for the Bible.
Yeah, hold the light, yes.
It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
That's right.
But thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
And that, you know what? That's what we're drinking and eating. The bread of adversity and the water of affliction. That's what we're going through, man.
Gulping it down every day,
Every day.
Hey, if you're a man of the Lord, that's what you're going to deal with. The bread of affliction. No, the bread of adversity and the water of affliction.
Right now, this ground right now is afflicting the hell
We're being
out of
afflicted right now.
It's
This ground is hell. It's hard as hell, man.
It's
cold as hell. We're out here in the cold, you know, but hey, we're going to get a reward for this. We ain't just doing it. This is what we believe. The Lord is going to give us a reward.
battling the elements.
And all you guys that, going back to the 90s, 92 Israelites, we call you, all you guys that went back into the world, man, you watch our videos. A lot of you are the scoffers, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
You're gonna get caught up out in there, man, and you're gonna take that chip. You know why we know you're gonna take that chip? Because the Most High got to put a spur on you not to take the chip pursuant to Revelation. What is that? Revelation 3 verse 10 on down.
Yeah. Like you read the
The hour of
scripture.
temptation. The Most High is going to give you. Matter of fact, go to that real quick, please. Revelation 3 verse 10.
Like you read the scripture, though the Lord give us the bread of adversity,
Yep.
water of affliction.
Yep.
But then you go in the book of Hebrews 4:9, it speaks about there remaineth for rest for the people of the Lord. So eventually we're going to get that rest. Then the Apostle Paul said, let us labor to enter into that rest.
Yep.
So that's
what
what
does
we're
it mean
doing.
by labor? Does it mean to get 3 jobs?
No.
Work at McDonald's and Burger King and then
No,
at a fucking factory?
This
No,
labor.
labor's talking about just work, man.
what we're doing here, yeah.
Yep.
So we can enter into what? That rest. So brothers, the day is coming when we're going to rest. We're going to have a
Because this is
real-
not resting. Here we are standing up.
Yeah.
It's cold, man. It's fucking March 10th, and it feels like fucking January, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the concrete's all hard.
That's right.
Super hard. Unforgiving.
But then you can thank the so-called white man because he just have to have the spirit of the caves. That's what this reminds of, walking up there in the rocks, the caves. This proves that the so-called white man is Esau, Edom, cave dweller. You got fucking rocks all over the place.
Concrete.
Hey, these so-called buildings, they're modern-day caves. You know, with the bricks, that's just a modern-day cave. That's all that is.
Habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. Oh, Esau, we got you, man. The Lord have opened our eyes to you.
It says, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them.
What's the main temptation? What we've been talking about, that chip, that microchip. A lot of people are going to be tempted to take it, and they're going to take it because they got to fulfill that scripture. He calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, to take the mark of the beast, which is the chip. Go ahead, bro.
It says, which shall come upon the whole, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. It says, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, that's this knowledge, it's truth.
It says, he that overcometh will I make a pillow in the temple of my power.
So we know we got to overcome that. When that day comes, we got to overcome that. You know how you overcome it? By faith. That's the only way we can overcome, by faith. We believe what the Lord have said. He's going to reward us if we stay faithful. There's, a lot of scriptures come to mind. Strive for the truth until death. That's one scripture that comes to mind. Because it's going to come down to the wire, man. All these guys that thought this thing was a joke, what are you going to do in that day? What are you going to do when they make it mandatory for either you take the chip or you die. Now what are you going to do? You're going to think it's entertainment then? You're going to think it's funny then? You're going to remember us, man. You're going, yeah, man, Apostle Tar and the rest of the apostles, the elders, they were always talking about this. Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking of the scripture that says, like, who shall save his life shall lose it, like that.
Yeah, that's another good one. Because the scriptures direct us, we're supposed to hate our life. Yahweh Shai said, he that you can't be his disciple and not hate your life. If you know, roughly paraphrasing. Go ahead.
It says, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. He that heareth.
Yeah, that word new in the Greek is kainos.
Kainos, yeah.
Which means refresh.
Refresh, renew, yeah?
So it's the same name.
Yeah, the majority of the people are calling the Lord Jesus and Christ, but that's not his name.
It's not his name. Yeah.
So he's going to give you his new name. He's going to refresh it, you know?
Which he has given us, which is Yahweh Shai.
Given to a few of us.
Yeah.
This is amazing that you have this knowledge, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's only a small handful of people that have this knowledge.
That's knowledge, yeah.
Really, you can't even say there's a million people on this earth that have this knowledge.
No.
You know? Now millions have listened to it, mocked it and all that.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be condemned, man.
God.
There's gonna be a time where you're gonna be tested.
Oh yeah.
Okay? As to whether you are of this faith.
Like I said, on some, you know, we've been in this thing so long, on some small level, we've been tested. You know, 9/11 was a test. I'm telling you, that day, it wasn't a joyful day.
No.
And they came at us with a vengeance, man. They wanted to look in their eye, they wanted to kill us, man. They said we had something to do with 9/11. You believe that shit?
And basically what the next big terrorist attack, when they do an event like that, they play on people's fear. Going back to the word fear again.
Yeah.
They play on people's fear.
Yeah, they put the whole city, the city of Bridgeport. You know, they didn't put our face, but they put the school. They had the newsreel. Yeah, the shit was real, man. That's what we're trying to tell these brothers. This ain't a fucking joke.
There's going to be a time, and I got to say it again, where they're going to make an announcement, where they're going to make it mandatory that you got to take that chip. Mm-hmm. I was in this one supermarket, was it yesterday? It was yesterday or the day before that, and I went to get a couple of things, and somebody was trying to use their debit, their card, and something happened where I said, "Don't worry." I said, "You know, they're gonna actually put it in your hands." And the Jake that was a cashier, he agreed with me. He said, "Yeah, they are gonna put something in your hand." Then I said, "You know that's in the Bible." Then he looked at me like, he gave me that. In my mind, I played off with him. I said, "This nigga don't know." And I said, I'm looking at the nigga, was a little faggy Eddie damn bro. He had a little AC/DC in him. But anyway, I said, this nigga gonna wind up taking the damn chip, man.
Most people don't believe in the Bible no more.
Well, Apostle Tar said that on his way down. Most people don't believe. They don't. They don't, man. They don't believe.
And that's the younger generation. They don't believe in the Bible.
You know, right before Yahweh Shai would heal somebody, he would say, "Do you believe? Do you believe?"
Well, sometimes they would say they believe.
And then, yeah,
that woman,
Yeah.
that touched the garment,
Yeah.
she had hella faith.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because she didn't tell the Lord. And he said, virtue have came from me, man.
Yeah.
Because she said in her mind if she could just but touch
That was faith, man.
Yeah.
And that represent us. That woman represent us, man.
Yeah.
And we're touching the Lord's garment as of right now.
Yes, we are. Oh, with the centurion, he told the Lord.
Which was an Israelite.
It was an Israelite.
We got to get that. We got to do a video. Since you mentioned that,
Yeah.
I got to do a video on that.
God.
The centurion, they said the centurion was an actual, like a Edomite because he was a Roman.
Yeah.
Don't you know they had Roman officers that were Jake back then, man?
Absolutely.
That's why niggas can't get the Cornelius thing.
Yeah.
That centurion, all right, was an Israelite.
Yeah.
Now did it say he was an Israelite? No. How do we know he was an Israelite? Because of the context stuff.
Yeah. And he had great faith because he told Yahweh Shai, You're not even worthy to
And
come
he had
in."
a servant.
Yeah.
He said, Lord, can you heal my servant?
Just
Because he's
speak
sick.
the word. Yeah.
Because if he stays sick, I don't make no more money.
Right.
Now why didn't the Lord say, well, wait a minute, you got a slave. What's your problem? I'm not going to heal him.
Right.
The Lord healed him because the Lord understands the law of a servant, man.
Right.
And his master.
Plus the guy had
There's
great
nothing
faith.
wicked about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wicked about being a master and having servants, man.
Nah. The guy had great faith. And Yahushua marveled at his faith. Think about this. He had greater faith than Thomas. Because Thomas was one of the 12.
He said there has not been such great faith. No, not in all of Israel.
Among the
And
Jews.
they'll say that, see, not in all Israel, so that proves he wasn't an Israelite. No, they said this guy had faith
More
among
than the
top
Jews.
Israelites.
Yeah. More than the Jews. More than Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Which means he could have been of the other tribes. Showing you it's all about faith. What made Yahushua remarked? What made him stand back? Look at the faith on this guy. Yep. So it's all about faith, man.
He's in the camp today.
And then you had they call it the sons of Israel and Caesar's service. Those are Israelites that were Roman soldiers, and a lot of them had Greek and Latin names.
A lot of them were Uncle Tom.
Yep.
And like Timothy's
Father.
Timothy's father was an Uncle Tom.
Con.
He loved the Romans. He loved the Greeks.
Yep.
But he was a Jake. But he had a Judite woman because he was a Judite.
Yep.
He said, I love my black woman, so to speak.
Right.
But you got Jake that's into the military. They're all into the system, but they won't marry an Edomite. They'll marry a Jake.
Yep.
That was Timothy's father. But if you don't know the scriptures like Vocab Malone and Faithful to the Devil and Dr. James White the Edomite and Joshua White and the rest of those clowns, and that's why your shit is breaking up now. That's why G-Man is off on his own, man.
Yeah, he's like Al B. Shore, off on his own.
Yeah, off on his own. Off on his own. And then, mind you, he did a video the other day on the Mark of the Beast. So the Spirit's kind of bringing him around, so to speak. He better come all the way around because the Most High will put him down.
Yeah, brothers, I just wanted to say all those stories about faith is written for us. And when we read them, we're supposed to get into it because when that time comes, we'll remember those stories and that's what's going to comfort us.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, the strength of salvation.
Yeah, you read about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, how they were throwing Daniel in the lion's den, right in the fire. Well, why do you think those stories are written? They're written to boost our faith.
Comfort.
And when you read it, you're supposed to believe it. You know what? I believe this.
And visualize that.
I believe that Daniel was thrown in the fire, and Yahushua himself came in the fire and kept. You believe it, man.
Get you amped, man.
It gets you amped. So no matter what come your way, you're ready for it. The Lord is building our faith, brothers. He's building our faith. You remember what Yahushua said? He said, with faith, I can say to this mountain, remove, and it'll move.
Yep.
The power of faith, man. The scriptures
you
speak
gotta go
about
up
the
there anyway. You gotta
patience
go up
and the
there
what?
anyway.
The faith of the saints.
Go ahead.
That's right, man.
Can I bring this scripture out?
You most certainly can.
Read loud.
This second Ezra chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby he hath believed.
Damn.
Woo!
Read that again, please.
Woo! This second Ezra chapter 9,
That's hot.
verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby he hath believed.
We have believed.
So a lot of guys, why did guys fall off and go back into the world?
No faith.
Because they didn't have faith in the beginning. They were actors, or they lost their faith. Man.
All the prophecies are coming to pass right now as we speak anyway, man. All the wars are breaking out. The dollar's about to crash. When you read the scriptures, everything is linking up right to what's going on right now.
But most Jakes don't see that because they don't know what to look for.
when they
And their
Yeah.
afflictions, they shall seek me early.
Hey, you know, Jake ain't shit, man. When 9/11 happened, we had our website. Our website was bad. You know, we had all these different pages, different topics, just like how we do now, but on another level. And 9/11, when that happened, now before that, you get 100 views, maybe 150. 9/11, after it happened, it was over 1,000. Well, no, the very day, Salakia, the very day, it was 1,000 views. 1,000 views.
That means a lot of people knew about the website,
Yep.
but they wasn't really, going on it.
Nah.
I have a precept.
Yeah.
This is Ecclesiastes 2:14. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceive also that one event happened to them all.
Yeah, that's the majority of our people. Even guys who call themselves Israelites. A lot of them are still walking in darkness, man.
A lot of them are going through the motions.
Yeah.
They read scriptures, they don't know why they're reading the scriptures.
Yeah.
They'll look at a guy that they like the way he speaks and they mimic him. And they really, and then when it's time to be tested, they're gonna fall all apart. We keep telling you, man, Jake is going when Esau does what he got to do, man. When he makes shit really happen, Jake is gonna be scrambling, man, and looking for answers. They're not gonna find the answers, man.
Yeah, the Lord said, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. It shows there's going to be a time when he won't be found.
Oh, somebody give me Psalms 92 and start from the top on that one. It's like in the first couple of verses.
Hey, I used to tell the brothers up there in the school in Bridgeport, I used to tell them, look, the days are coming when those doors are going to be closed. And you know how they used to look at me? Like I had 3 heads. Did not the day come when the school was closed? The school ain't there now. You know what it is right now? It's a fucking hairdresser, a woman's hairdresser place. You had guys back then that never, them doors are never going to close. This guy just, well, the doors did close. The school, what?
And a lot of those schools, guys came to the school because they ain't had nothing else to do. That was part of their day. It was entertainment.
To hang out.
Like when you go to One West, 90% of them people that went to the school, what was the biggest class?
Yeshaya's class.
Why?
Because he told jokes.
A lot of jokes.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had all the women there. You had a lot of dudes coming there, and pretty much all the motherfuckers went back into the world, man.
Yeah.
Including Yeshai.
Yeah. Yeah, High Priest Ariai would say, you see this school? You see this school? Like the school. Well, where's the school now, brothers? Hey, we could take a trip right now to 1 West 125th Street. Ain't gonna be no school there, man.
It's an office building.
But
the school is when we gather, man. The church is when we gather.
Yeah,
man.
we're the school.
The school is right here. When we close up, the school done close up, we lock the doors. And we lock the so-called spiritual doors, man.
Yep. Class is just
The High Priest Ariai, Apostle Tara remembers this. High Priest Ariai used to point to the school. You see this? You know, I had that voice. You see this school? You see this school?
And one time it was like a sanctuary. The Most High was with it. But then the Most High, flesh and give me that in Acts
17.
Acts 17 and 24.
Yeah, somebody put Harlem School is an Applebee's now.
No,
LOL.
it's not an Applebee's. It's a quest. The Applebee's is where the Arab grocery store was.
Okay.
It's an office building.
There you go. Office building.
Shit, I know the school. I used to open the doors to the right.
Yeah.
I actually had the keys. Not too many people got the keys. I wasn't one of the guys that had the keys, man.
Good.
You know?
Well, Apostle Tara, he had his class Wednesday. Because I didn't really meet Apostle Tara until like almost a year later. Because I was in Gehenna's camp. And then I seen him teach, man. I said, man, if I'm going to learn this Bible, that's the man right there, you know? I got to say, man, the Lord was working with me even back then because I saw right through Gehenna. I said, I ain't going to learn nothing from this clown. And that was my second year?
Truth be told, he ain't doing nothing now, man.
Yeah.
He's kind of in the background, man.
That's Panama Black.
Yeah, Panama Black. That's what we call him.
And you know, looking back, there was only really Apostle Tara, High Priest Ariah, Elder Yaquab before he went senile. Those were the real teachers. You know, truth be told. A lot of guys, a lot of jokes, a lot of rambling. a lot of blowhard talk, idle talk, you really wouldn't learn nothing. You have your notebook. Like with Apostle Tar, you go to his class. I'm not just saying it because he's here. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You go to his class, you get like what, 3 to 4 pages of notes.
Pages and pages.
And we were some note-taking dudes. We did. What did it say? What scripture was that? What you guys are doing now?
Yeah.
That was us.
Hey,
you know.
I used to go to